recording is started. Okay, so if I open my this, you can see on my screen the agenda for today. So you can see this first one. Okay, as of now, do not consider the second one. So we are only discussing this first one as of now. So here we will discuss multiple windows in Selenium, right, and how to work with multiple windows. So before that, let me open one website. Okay, so let me know this. If I open gmail.com, if I open gmail.com, and suppose if I click here, sign in. So you can see this is the Gmail sign in page. So if I click this help link at the bottom, you will see one new page will open, right, which is this one. So what I am trying to do, I want to print the title of the second page, which is Google account help. So first, let us try to do in a normal way how we have done so far, that how we have to print the title with the help of driver.getTitle method. So we will see whether that will work to print the title of the second tab or not. So before that, what we have to do, I have to first open the website. So copy the URL, which is our actual page. Just paste it here. Okay. So if I click like that, so I pasted the URL, and at the end you have to provide one semicolon as well, because okay. So if you provide the semicolon, okay, let me do that way. Okay. After that, what I have to do, I have to click on the here help link. Okay. If I click here, then only the second page will appear. So to click on that, I will write either XPath or CSS or any locator, what you want. So here I will write XPath. Okay. So if I write XPath, I will like to highlight it again. Okay. So this is the link. Okay. So if I have to write the XPath, first I will write the XPath for this. Then I will come here. So if I have to write the XPath for this line, how will I will write /ul @class equals to, what is the class name? This is the class name. So this is the XPath we have written, but we have to reach to this link, right? So as you can see, this anchor tag A is the child of this parent tag li. Okay, and this li is a child of this parent here. So first of all, from parent to child, I have to move here. So if how I can move, with the help of absolute XPath syntax, which is /li simply. And after that we reach here, we have to come here, okay, so that I can reach to the actual link. Okay, so you can see here the text is present, so I have to reach it here. So just write /a. Okay, so that will navigate you to this help link, right? So this XPath will navigate you to the help link. So go cut this XPath or whatever you want to do. Just write here driver dot find element file to XPath. Okay. After that, just paste the XPath, and what is the operation you have to do? Click it. Okay. So just use click method. Okay. So let me write it here as well. Click on help link. Okay. To open new window, so you can see new tab. So that will click at that. After that, how we have to get the title? That is one simple method. I hope you almost be knowing, which is driver dot get title. This is the simple method, right? We should if we have to fetch the title of any tab. So if I try to run this, see what is the output it is printing. So it has opened the website. So it is opened, and then it has opened this second page, right? So we have to print the title of this. What is the title? Google account help. But if I see the output, see what is the output it is giving us. This driver.getTitle is returning us the title of this parent page. Okay, you can consider this as a parent page or the first page. Okay, it's up to you. So this is the title we are getting. Why we are getting this title? Because first time when you are opening this link, right? So driver is only focusing on this one. Even if you click this, even if you are clicking this help link and it is opening one new tab, okay, still our driver will be pointing to this first parent only. You can see the parent tab only, right? Driver will not going to automatically switch to this second page, right? So we have to tell our Selenium code that, or you can say we have to tell our driver object to switch to that second tab. Then you can get the title of that. So if you have to do that, what will happen? So we have to use one method for that. So as of now, let me comment this. Okay. So after that step, after this step, you will click. You will get. Let me write it here. You will get two tabs. Okay. You are getting the two tabs here. You can see. After clicking, you are getting this tab and this tab. So total two. So there is one method in Selenium, which is driver dot get window handles. This is the last one, and you can see what is the return type. Return type is set of string. So let me first write. Okay, then I will explain you. So set of string, it is the return type, and let me name any variable which is id, right? So if I try to execute it, so if I write hello here, okay. So I am writing this hello here so that I can put it debugger. So if I try to run this in debug mode, see what will happen. This method, what it will do, it is straight away you will get once I will run that in debug mode. So again it is executed. Okay, and again, okay, so we came here, but if I place my mouse here, you will see it is just getting us to ID, right? So whatever the ID, this is the ID, right? CD window, and whatever is the lengthy one string, right? So this is the whatever the ID you are seeing at the zero index, it is of this tab, first tab. What is our tab? This is the tab, and on the first index, you can see here, this is our first index. So whatever the ID it is present here, it is of the second tab. Okay, so understand this. What I'm saying, at zero index, this ID, its ID will be captured with driver dot get window handles, and at index 1 you will get this ID, second tab ID. So if you are getting that ID, okay, so I hope you all know the concept of iterator, okay, when we are working with Java. So what I will do, I will make use of iterator, right? Iterator use. How I will use? We are getting the two IDs here. So why we are using the iterator? So that I can traverse to each ID, right? Otherwise I will not be able to traverse the ID. So what I will do, this is the variable. Inside that variable, you can see this is our object, and to that object I am providing one iterator. Okay, so what is the return type? Iterator of type string. So whatever the iterator you will get, you have to capture that as well. Okay, then only you can use it. So it is of type string. Inside that, this is my iterator object. You can see this IT. Okay, this is my iterator object. So please confirm once. I hope you all will be knowing the concept of iterator because it is already covered in that Java section. Is it clear? Okay, I hope it is clear to everyone. So what I'm saying that uh, what I'm saying that I'm going to use this iterator concept so that I can traverse to each ID. So inside that iterator, there is one method which is it.next. This is the one. So let me first write the code. Okay, then I will explain. Variant ID. So suppose what will happen for the first time, and let me also write string child ID equals to it.next. So what will happen if I again try to debug this code? Then I will explain you. Let me run that in debug mode. Right click and debug as the Java application. So just click on help button. As you can see, this is the latest browser. Okay, and we came here. So what will happen? So see here, you will get two IDs here, right? So if I place my mouse, first ID of this parent window. What is our parent window? You can see this one, right? This is our parent one and this is the child one. And inside the one index, you will get the ID of child window. Sorry, okay, child window. So after that, you are just placing one iterator, right? On these two ID. On these two ID, you are just placing an iterator. So what will happen when I say it.next? That will come to the zero index for the first time and grab the ID. So you can notice that what is our first ID 21EA. Okay, so if I just place my mouse here, so you are getting the same ID here as well. So it.next for the first time has returned you the parent ID, which is 21EA. And when I'm seeing it.next again, so what is the ID here? You can see 09A3. So if I come to this IDs, so it has returned me 09A3, okay, ID for the second time. So likewise, you can, if you have more than one time, you can use string third child ID as well, right? So it's a, here we are working with only two types, so we are interested in second one, right? What I'm saying, why we are interested in the second one, because once we switch to this child ID, once we will be able to switch our driver scope to the child ID, we will be able to print this title, which is Google account help. So there is one statement, simple statement in, you can say, Selenium, that will help us to switch, which is driver dot switch to dot window. So inside that you can see it is expecting one string variable. Okay, you can say the ID, which is of type string. So inside that window, where I have to switch, I have to switch to this second tab, or you can say the child window, whatever you want to say. I will just copy this ID, paste it here. So what will happen after that? Switch my driver object to child type, or you can say the second type here. Okay, it's up to you. So let me debug this again. Okay, then it will be more clear. Okay, and also one more thing I will write. Let me write. Okay, so what will happen once I will switch to the child tab? I can use this method now. Driver will get title. If I get that title, just place it in that variable, string title. Okay, and then I will try to print that variable. See what is the output this time I will get. So place one debugger here. Okay, so if I right click and debug this time, again it is opened and see we are getting a two title. Sorry, two tab. Again it will have two ID because two tabs are there. So it is of the parent ID is presented at the zero index, child ID is presented at the one index. After I'm using this iterator object to traverse my ID, it.next, that will give me the first, you can say, that will give me the first ID which is present at index 0. So what is this? B505. So you can see B505 will come here. B505, and what is the second one? Second one is C489. So what is the child ID you will get? C489, right? After that, I'm just saying that switch to this child ID, right? So child ID will come here, which is C489. So our driver will switch to that. You can see it has switched, and after that, if I open this, okay, it is highlighting because it has performed some function, that is it has switched to this child window. If I open this, you can see by default this page will open, and after that if I say this driver dot get the title, so you can see what is the title this time, Google account help, and if I click this it will print it as well. So by this way we are first switching our driver to this window, and whatever the operation you have to provide after that you can do, and whatever the operation, like if you have to click here, then you can do, right? So this is how you can switch to other window as well if you have to work with the other window. So is it clear to everyone? Yeah. Okay. 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 Actually, I was coming to that. Yeah, I got your point. Yeah, so if you have to, what I'm saying, suppose you are here, okay, as of now, you are switched your driver scope to this, but you have to do some other function on this window. Then again, you have to write the line, this one. This time, what I will pass the ID, if I write after that, what is the ID I have to pass? I have to again work on my first window, so just provide the ID here, and then whatever the operation you have to do on that first one, you can do. If I print the title, so this time it will again print the first, you can say, first tab title. This time it will. So if I again try. You are getting the IDs. So yeah, tell. Okay. So actually, we will going to do one example after that. Then I think it will be clear to you. Okay. So just wait for a few minutes. Okay. You are saying that how can you know that on which video you have to work, right? Okay. So okay. I will tell you. Okay. Just wait for a few minutes. When we are going to do one activity, right? There it will be more clear, right? So let me first run it again. Okay, and show you this time after switching to the parent tab again. It will again print the parent tab, parent title. So if I let, wait to open it. It is open the window. You can see. This time it will first print this Google account help and then Gmail. So you can see Google account help, and then we are again switching back to the parent, and it is printed Gmail. So this is the way we can work between the window. So let us do one activity here, right? So that will make your concept more clear. So okay, let me close this. Okay, so let us open the website. Close this. Okay, so I will open one Chrome browser separately. So let us open Amazon website. Not this one, Amazon one. So this is the one. So let me first open the website. Okay, then let me tell you what is the thing we have to perform here. So what I will do, I will just copy this code. Okay, because I'm going not going to keep that code with mine. So just I am pasting it here. Okay, if anyone wants to have that code, so they can go get it from this. So I pasted it here. Okay, so let me come to here again. Okay, so first of all, let me open this website in our Eclipse. So this is there is one simple method, as you all know, driver.get. So this website is open. Okay, after that, what I have to do, come to the bottom. Okay, so if you consider only this block, right? Consider only the highlighted one, right? Not any one, just first block. Okay, this is the first block, and you can see there are 5 links present. First link. Okay, if I click this, it will open me one separate page, right? So likewise, if I come to back, so likewise, this is also a link. This is also a link. This is also a link, right? 5 links are present. Okay, on this first block, 5 links are present. So this is not a link. Okay, this is just a label. About us, career, press releases, Amazon care, and gift placement, right? So my criteria is to what I have to do. I have to first go to this link, or you can set the criteria was to print the title of all the link. So how I can print the title? I will first go to this link. This is the title, Amazon India transforms small business in India. I will come back, and I will I will again write one XPath for this link, second link, click the link with the help of click method. I will navigate to this page. Again, I will fetch the title. So what is the title here? You can see. whatever the title is here, right? So again I will come back. Okay, again I will provide one XPath in my code. That XPath will identify this third link. So this is the third link, press releases. Okay, this is the okay. So this is the one, press releases. Again I will click the link with the help of XPath or CSS, whatever the locator you want to use. Then with the help of click method, I will click that and I will land here. Okay, so after that what you will do, you have to again come to back. So with the help of this method, let me write it here. I hope you all will be knowing driver dot navigate. Okay, so this is the method if you use in your code. So suppose you are here, right? If you use this method, or you can set this line in your code, it will come to one step back. So okay, so what we will do? Okay, what will happen? We will come backward again, and I will write one XPath again for the second link as well. Last link you can say. Okay, so what will happen? Again, I will come here and I will write one XPath for that. Click here, and then that website will open. Again, I will print the title. So you can do this in this way, which is not an issue. But what happen? Suppose here you are only seeing 5 link. Okay, on the first block you are only seeing 5 link, which is this one, right? But suppose there are hundreds of link, or you can say thousands of link. So will you going to click on each link every time and then come back and then print the title, right? So that will make your code much more complex, right? And it is going to be very lengthy. So we are not going to use that approach which I have just told you. So we will also here also we are going to use the concept of you can say child window handling, right? Just we have done for the Gmail. Here also I am going to use it. Okay. Okay. So wait a minute. Someone is saying he is not able to join. Okay, so what I'm trying to say, okay, so what I'm saying, we are again going to use the concept of child window, right? So how we can use, see here, first what I will open this link in the separate one, this link in the separate tab, this link in the separate tag, this link in the separate tab, this link in the separate tab, right? So what I will do, first I will open all the links present in this first one in the separate tab. Then with the help of a child window concept which we have just learned, we will move to every window. I will first move to this one, then this one, then this one, then this one. And while moving, I will simply provide one line driver.get title that will give me the title. Again I will move. I will provide get title again. Again I will move. So by this logic, you can see you are not going forward and backward every time, right? You are just opening this multiple window. Okay, so the question arises how we can open these links, because if I click this normally, it will opening in the same window, it is not opening in the another tab. So how we can wait to open that in another tab? See here, if I come here first and if I press control, what I'm saying, if I press first, I will come here. Okay, so what I was saying that first I will come here, place my mouse cursor here. Okay, so mouse cursor is here. If I press control from my keyboard, press it and just press left click. That will open the you can say link in separate tab. Likewise, if I consider this, press control from the keyboard and click the left click. Okay, again it will open the our link in the separate window. Likewise, you can consider any link present here. So if I suppose if I am interested in this one, right, to open that in another window, just press the control from the keyboard and click the left click. Okay. So you can see with the help of this logic, somehow we can open the link. So this is our first task. First we should open all the windows in the separate window. So how we can do? See here. First of all, we have to write one XPath so that our XPath can identify all the link. So let me right click and write one XPath quickly. Okay. After opening the website, I will write one XPath. So okay, so let me first try to highlight that first box. Okay, so I think here. So if I can, so you can see it is highlighting the first box. So let me first write the XPath till here. How I can write? It is very simple. You can say tag name at the rate class is our attribute. What is the class value? This one. Okay, so if I copy this and try to search whether we have written the correct XPath or not, I will open my ChroPath for the validation purpose, paste your XPath and hit enter. But you are seeing that it is selecting all the four elements, right? So which means that all the four elements have the identical XPath. So I have already told you, I think in the SpiceJet website, that if you are dealing with that situation, just enclose the XPath, enclose your XPath in the function braces, right? Function brackets you can say, and just after that in the array brackets specify the index. So I'm interested, suppose I'm interested in this third one, I will write 3 inside that box and hit enter, so it will select the third one. If I am interested in the fourth one, this one, just write 4 here. Okay, so likewise, after if you are having the multiple elements, if you are getting the multiple elements with the help of XPath, use the indexing concept, okay, with the XPath. So here we are interested in this first one, right? I will write 1 here. After that, hit enter, then it will highlight all the of all the box. But I have to reach to this link. Okay, I have to reach to this link. As of now, I am in this green box. Okay, so how we can move? See here, this UL tag. Okay, first come here. How we can come? You can see this is the child. This UL tag is the child of this one, parent one. How you can reach here? Using the absolute path, absolute text path concept. So first, let me copy this. Okay, I am writing it here. Okay, on the top. So just you can see. Okay, this after that I have to reach to UL. Okay, after reaching UL, see what will happen if I reach to UL. First, may okay, okay. So it is saying we came here. Okay, we came to UL, but we have to reach to this link, right? Each link we have to reach. So if you expand this UL, I think this is the one we are here. Just expand this, and you will see after UL, these are the child. These are the child of this here because if I am closing this, they are disappearing. So these are the child of that. So how I can reach to this li? Just provide slash li. Okay. How I can reach? Just provide slash li. Okay. So after reaching li, see what will happen. If I cut this and paste it here, you can see it is highlighting all the link. But maybe you are thinking that it is highlighting all the link. It is not so. Why? Because if I expand this, so it is highlighting all the link. You may think that it will highlight all the link, but if I just expand this li tag, you will see our actual link. This is our actual link which is present here, right? So if you if you try to write the extract like that, then it will not work because our actual link is present here. So to reach here, just simply write slash a, right? You can see we are here. If you have to reach here to this child, just provide slash a. Okay, so just provide slash a. Then just copy that and just paste it here. And this time if you hit enter, then this is our correct XPath and it is highlighting all the, you can say. So likewise, okay, so it is highlighting all the, you can say, all the links because there is duplicate, because you can say same li tag is here, li tag is also here. So this is the reason you are getting multiple element and we are interested in this one only. So you have written the XPath and then what you will do, you will just copy it, just come here. So this time we are finding multiple link. So I will use find elements, not find element, because we are finding multiple link. How we are finding? With the help of XPath. Provide the XPath here. Okay. And then just so that will return me the list of string because I am using this method. So on the left side it will return me the list of web element. What are those web element? They are string. So let me write lists. Let me write lists here. Okay. lists web elements. So I think web element is fine. Change to web element. I think I've written some. Okay, I think small L will come here. Okay, fine. So what we are doing, just storing all the links in the form of web element in this variable, right? After that, let me calculate how many links are there. So I will use size. or you can say count, or you can say let's count equals to list dot size that will return you count of list. Okay, after that, what I will do, I will use one for loop. Let me come here, and after that, I will use one for loop, which is that will start from 0, and that will run one less than, you can say count, and I will increment time. Inside that, okay, so I have already told you that how you have to open the link in separate window, right? By using control and hitting left key, or you can say that by clicking the left mouse button, right? Then you can open the link in the separate tab. So there is one class in Java. If you have to do in the coding part, there is one class. Sorry, not Java. There is one class in Selenium which is keys dot code. There is the class. And this is the method. Inside that, it will expect two argument. First key is what? Keys dot control. First I have to press the control from the keyboard, and after that, what I have to do. So here, I am not going to. I am going to send enter, right? In the coding part, I am sending enter. So one thing you have to understand. See, let me open Facebook only. So if I open Facebook, so after that I will provide some random data here, right? So if I click left click it login button, or if I hit enter, right, then both will work. So here in the coding part, if I what I'm saying, if I enter here, if I press enter, then only it will be able to login, right? So here, instead of sending that left click, we are just sending the enter, right? So this is how this method is designed. You just have to send the enter key. Okay, after that, when you will send that, just store that in one string variable. So suppose I am storing that in one string variable which is key. So what this variable will have? This key variable will have the combination. First it will enter the control. Sorry, first it will press the control key, and after that it will hit enter. Okay. After that, what you will do? This is going to be very simple. You can see this will have all the list. After that, list dot get me the whatever the index I will tell, get me that link and just send. So we have to send this key. So let me also first run that in debug mode, then you will be more able to understand. And suppose I am providing one demo here so that I can put one debugger. Okay, so this is not related to our code. So if I put debugger here, see what this code will do. Let me run that first. It has opened Amazon website, and then okay, what is this issue? Okay, I have provided the row. Let me try to open it again. Okay, I think I provided the incorrect link. So anyways, let me copy it again. This is the website name. Just paste here. Okay, I think this time it will work. No issue. So again I will run. This time it will open the Amazon website, and okay, so let me, okay, again I have to do. I have not put one debugger here. Let me run that again. Debugger. This time you will see our code will stop here because we have put one debugger. Okay, so you can see after our website is opened in the browser is, and what Amazon website. Okay, so that's finished execution, I think, and we will come here. So you can see that our code has stopped, and see here what is happened. With the help of this method, find elements, right? We have provided the XPath for the link, and you can see these are the link, right? You can see here as well. If I come here to the bottom, total we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 links are there, and if I just placing my mouse, you can see 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So first link will be at 0 index, second link will be at first index, and likewise. Okay. After that, I'm just saying count the total link in this variable. So how many we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 0 to 4, which is 5. So count will have 5. You can see count will have 5. Count equals to 5. After that for loop will run 5 times. Okay, 0 for 0 time, 1 time, second time, third time, fourth time. As I am not placing equal to here, so the condition will fail. Okay, so it will run only 5 times. And see here. Okay, so here just we are saying that we are just pressing the control and enter key, right? So that I can open on another tab. So this is very important. So see, it will have all the links. So first link is which one? If I consider this about us, about us is our first link. Okay, so first link web element will be here at 0 index. About us will be here, right? I am saying I equals to 0 first time, I equals to 0 here, right? You can see. So from I am saying from all the 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 for index, get me this get of 0, and when I will get that get of 0, just send key control and enter. Okay, from the keyboard or whatever the code you have written. I am just saying send the control and enter so that our link will open in the separate window. So if I try to execute it, right? So see, keep an eye on this browser, right? That will highlight. So if I try to click it, you can see that your browser is highlighting, right? So what happens here? So you can see that it has opened this in the separate window, right? Which is this one, about us. So one link is open, right? So after about us, what is the next link we have? This is the career one, right? So if I come here again, right? So do not consider this, it is only for so that I can put debugger. Again I will write for loop will run second time I equals to 1. You can see I think I equals to 1, I equals to 1. Again we are sending control and enter. Again we come here. So here you are again getting all the links which you have captured earlier. So this time I equals to 1. So see here get a 1. So I'm saying from all the index. Okay, so at index 0 you have one link. At index 1 you have second link. Okay, which is I think what is the second link? Careers is our second link. So careers will be present at this link. 1. I'm saying get me the link which is present at the index 1. So what is the index? This is the one. And after you get this second one, just send key control and enter. So that what will happen? Cursor will come here. Your cursor will come here, and when you send control and enter, it will again open that second link in the separate window. See here, if I just press it this, what will happen? Again browser will highlight, and you can see this one is also open. You can see that rectangle bracket is on the top of that career, which means that it has opened this in the next window. Again what will happen if I come here? This time I value equals to 2. You can say you can see I equals to 2. Again we are sending control and enter. Again come here. This time third link will be present at this index, right? Third link will be present at this index, and I am saying get me the 2. You can see I equals to I am saying from all the links, get me the link which is present at the index 2. Once you get that, with the help of this method, just send key control and enter. So again next link will be open in the separate tab. So if I come here, you can see this third one, press enter, press release, right? You can see it is highlighting. So this is opened in the separate window. Let me explain you again. So what will happen again? For loop will run. This time I value equals to 3. So again we are sending control and enter. Come here and then see list. So this time what I'm saying, see here, get me on the third one. So this is the third index. So get me this link, and when you get it with the help of this method, just send key control and enter so that I will open the next link in the separate tab. So see here, this is the link. It is again opened in the separate tab. Okay, and we are left with this last one, gift is one. So if I come here again, I will for loop will run for the last time. This time I value equals to 4. Okay, so after that what I will do? You can see this is the one which will have all the link. Get me this fourth index link because I'm saying get of 4. Okay, get of. Once you get the link, just send key control and enter. So just click that. Again you will see it has opened one more. So This is our first task is achieved, right? We are able to uh, open all the links in our separate tabs. So this is our first one, second one, third one, fourth and fifth, right? So after that, what will happen? For loop will try to run again, but this time, what will happen? Condition will become false. Count equals to 5, I equals to 5. Okay, but you will see if I click this, I will become 5. So condition is false. So this way, you will not going to run your for loop again, and we will come out of the for loop. So after we opened our, you can say, opened our tabs in the separate window. So you have to again use the same steps, which is what we have done for the G1, which is I will use this method driver dot get window handles. Okay, so if I get that window handles, I will store them in the set of strings, and suppose I am naming them as IDs, right? So that will give me the ID. Okay, string will come here, and let me also try to show you in the debug mode. So let me write demo here, so that I can put a debugger. Okay, so after that, if I try to debug it, it has opened website again. So you can see it is opening. Okay, every time. Okay, after that we come here. So once your all tabs will open, okay. So what this step has done, it will capture all the 5 IDs. So how many tabs you have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it will capture 6 ID. So if I place my mouse here, so it will capture all the 6 IDs. So you can see 0 to 5. 5. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right. So one thing you have to notice, when it will capture all the IDs of the tab. So it has captured all the 6 ID of the tab. So what will happen? Let us open this. I think I have already made it. Okay, I think I need to make it again. Anyways, let me first what I'm trying to say. If I open this, so it has opened and let me. Okay, so assume. Okay, right now you have, suppose the ID of this one is 1. I'm saying just assume ID of this one is 1. ID of this one is 2. ID of this one is 3. ID of this one is 4. Then 5. Okay, and the ID of last tab is 6. So here what I'm trying to explain, that how this variable will store the ID, right? You can see 6 IDs are there of the tab, but how it is storing, this is very important, you should understand. So at 0 index, you have 5 index here because you have 6 ID, 5 index here. So here also, let me write indexes here. Okay, suppose this is our ID. ID is variable, and at at one, what I'm trying to say, at 0 index, and after that it will have 1, it will have 2 after that, and then 3, and then after that it will have 4 again. Just like you have seen in the Eclipse, I am just writing the index variable. So how it will going to store the ID? Once you provide driver dot get window handle, how it is going to store the ID? Okay, so see here by default, okay, it will store the, so consider this as a parent. Consider this as a parent. By default, it will always store the parent ID here, right? But after that, but after the parent ID, it will come from the last. But I'm saying it will come from the last and go till here, right? Go till here. So what I'm trying to say, at the first index, it will store the last tab ID, which is 6. Okay. After that, it will store this one, which is second last in tab. So what is the ID at second index? It will have 5. Okay. After that, okay, I have started the recording. Yes. So after that, at the third index, it will again store the next tab ID, which is 4. And after at 4 index, it will again store, which is, you can say, 3. And at the last 5 index, it will store the tab ID, which is 2. So this is how this ID is variable, right? Again, I'm saying, so this is how it has stored the ID, right? Even you will see, I will tell you in the runtime that how it is stored, right? So as of now, understand, is it clear to everyone? Okay. So again, on the, you can say, when we are dealing with the Gmail website, we after that, what I used the iterator concept, right? I hope you remember that. So again, I am using iterator here, so that I can traverse to my ID. Iterator here. So how you can use to these IDs? I will provide one iterator. So just copy this object. To that object, I will provide one iterator. Iterator. Okay. So if I provide the iterator, I have to catch that iterator object as well on the left hand side. Okay. Then only I can work with it. So iterator of type string. Fine. So after that, I hope you remember that on the Gmail website I have told you this method it.next, okay, which you can use. So if you use this for the first time, so you will switch to like parent one, okay, parent type. After that, suppose second type you can say any type, right? But you will switch to the last type because I've already told you that how it is for the ID, right? So if after that you will be able to switch to the last tab ID equals to it.next for the second time it will do like that. Okay, likewise, if you provide it.next for the third time, four times, you need to see if I provide it.next again, this time you will get the second last tab ID, right? That is fine, that you can do this way, but if you have hundreds of links, right? So you have to write this code again and again, 100 times. Let me write this first, third, sorry, second, last. So here it is fine, but what I'm trying to say, if you have hundreds of links, right? So you have to go to 99 links. So you have to repeat this step 100 times, which is not a good way to do. Okay, it will make your code look very complex and big. So we are not going to use this. So as of now, I am commenting this. So here I will use while loop to deal with this situation. Okay, I will remove this. Okay, so how you can use while loop? Okay, so there is one method we have used it.next. There is one method it.has next. So I will be explaining you shortly what this method will do. Okay. So after that, when this condition will become true, I will write a string ID equals to it.next. Okay. And after that, what I have to do, I have to switch as well. Once I will get the ID, I will switch my driver. If I want to switch line, I will provide ID. So let us first understand how this code is working, right? This while loop one. Then we will get, okay. So let me first run that in debug mode again. So tourism website is open. Again, it will automatically open all the links. Okay. So forgot about this one, right? We are getting because I think I placed this here. Okay. So do not consider that. Okay. So we have to understand how this while loop is working. So if I first come here, you can see it has captured all the ID, right? You can see from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 total ID it has captured because we are opening 6 tabs. You can see it here as well. Total 6 tabs are present. One is parent one, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Total we have 6, including parent. So when I am providing, these are my ID, and when I am providing iterator IT object to the top of this ID, right? So what is happening here? IT.has next. It will check whether for the first time we are having any IDs in this variable or not. So for the first time you can see it will come here, it will check, okay, at 0 index there is one id, so condition will become true, so it will come inside. We will come inside, okay, it will not come, we will come inside to the while loop, and after that it dot next. So what it dot next will do, it dot next will move itself, will move the it object to that 0 index, and it will return you this id number, which is 8d0b. Okay, try to memorize as of now 8d0b, right? So we can check it as well, and it will return, we see here 8d0b. See, this is the same id which it has fetched for the first time, 8d0b, right? After that, what will happen? Okay, so I should have provided one. I think I will be able to make changes at the right, at the debug mode as well. So dot title. So after that, what we are doing, I am saying just switch to that. So I have already told you that whatever the ID you will see at 0 index, that will be of the parent one. So what is the parent one? Which is this one, right? Original window which we have. So if we switch to that ID again, so we are only on the parent tab only, right? So if I press this, so I think I need to put one debugger here as well. Okay. Okay, I think I should run it again because we are not able to see what happened here, right? So let me run it again, no issue. And after that, let me write this. So I will put debugger here so that we can see what is that value we are going to get in our title. So it has opened again. So again, it will open the website in. So it has opened one by one. Okay. After that, we will come to Eclipse because our code will stop. We have put two debugger I think. So let me come to my Eclipse. So we came here again. So what I was saying, for the first time it will check whether we have IDs. So yes, we have. So it will return true. We come inside. Again, it will return with the first ID, which is the parent ID at 0 index, which is this time 94C5. So 94C5 parent ID will come here. And after that, I'm saying just switch to that parent ID. Okay, this is my parent ID 94C5. Okay, after that, we will see we are on this parent way, right? Because we have said we have to switch to that. So whatever the title you will print, you will get this title. See, online shopping site in India. So if I execute it, so you can see the title here. Online shopping site in India, right? This way it has fetched the first one. Okay, I should have printed this as well in the console, so we can do it after we will complete our code. Okay, so this is the first. After that, what will happen? Our while loop will try to run again. So this time IT, what I have told you that when you press IT dot next, this is the one. IT object will move here to the first index, right? So IT object is initially here at 0 index. After that, IT dot has next, it will again check. So IT is here. IT dot has next will check whether after 0 index we are having any ID. Yes, we have, which is 1. So condition will become true. We come inside. After that, IT dot next. So what IT dot next will here? IT is initially here. IT dot next will move IT to here, IT object to here, and it will return me that ID. What is the ID? EFCE. Okay, EFCE is our ID, something like that. So if I click this, you will see EFCE. This is the ID, right? Again, I'm saying switch to that window which have that ID, which have this ID. So this time you have to understand this. What is this ID? At one index, index one. It do not have the ID of this one. It do not have the ID of the second tab. Okay, I have told you that it will start capturing the ID from the last. So we will move here, right? If I see, if I click this. So you can see it will open this last one. You can see by default it has opened, right? Because it has just stored at second index, at one index, sorry. It is stored from the last. So again, this time what is the title? We switched to this one. So this is the title, right? After that, if I see the title, So you will find this is the title. Okay, I think I missed it. So this is the title, right? For the second time. After that again, IT dot has next. So initially IT is here, right? As of now IT is here. IT dot has next will check whether we are having any other ID. So you can see at the index 2 we are having the ID next ID. Condition will become true. Okay, so again we will come inside IT dot next. This is the method IT dot next. What it will do? It will move the IT object to this second one. Okay. So what is the ID here? B57. If I try to run this, you will see in ID B57. What is the ID you are having that will come here. Again, I am saying switch to that ID which have that ID as this one. So what is the ID it will have? Okay, you have to again go from the last. This time it will have this ID, second last step. Okay, so you can see the title Amazon Totem. Okay, come here and then you can see the title Amazon Totem will become Amazon Totem, right? After that again it will run. Again, our IT is here as of now. Here, IT dot has next. It will check whether you are having a next ID or not. So condition will become true because you are having this ID. So again, we will come inside. And what IT dot next will do? Initially, IT object is here. After that, IT dot next, IT will come here to the third index. What is the ID? And it will return with the ID 9CB9. So it will give you the ID as well 9CB9. This is the ID, right? Again, I'm saying switch to that ID. So what is the ID? What is the tab it will switch? It is switch to this. I think this one, right? Press enter. See here, we can also check. Press enter. I think it is, we are working on the last browser, right? You can see it is highlighting automatically. We are not working on this one. So let me close this. Okay. So come here. So see, by default it came to this one because we have switched to this. So what is the title? Press enter Amazon India. So once I get the title of this page, you will see press enter, right? So this is how you get the other title as well. Again it will run. So again you will see where is the variety. IT is here. IT dot has next. It will check whether the next ID is present or not. So next ID is this one which is present. Condition become true. Again we will come inside. What IT dot next will do? IT dot next will move IT from here, this one to here at 4 index. And what is the ID it will return? 5DD8. So you will see the ID full ID here, which is 5DD8, right? Again I'm saying switch to that ID. So again you are here, right? So it is starting from the back. So this time you will switch to this one. Okay, so see here, if I try to click this again, you can see it has switched to that automatically. You can see that it has switched to this one. And what is the title of this page? Help us build Earth's most customer centric company. So if I get the title of this page, you will see. So you will get the title of this one as well. After that, again it will run. I think it will run for the last time because we are here, right? IT object is here. IT dot next will check whether the next ID is present or not. Condition is true because next ID is present. So we will come inside of the while loop and IT dot next what it will do. IT dot next will move IT from here to that last index, which is this one, and it will return me this ID. So what is the ID? 41DE. If I click it, you will see the ID. 41DE, right? This is the ID we want. After that, I'm saying switch to that ID. So if we switch it, that will be the second type from the first. This is the one, right? It has opened automatically, right? So what is the title here? Amazon India transforms small business. So if I click it, so you can see the title, right? So you get the title this way, right? So after that, condition will again check. But this time you see you are here. But after the index 5, there are no ID are present, right? You can see after index 5, our IT object is here. But after the index 5, no more IDs are present. So the condition will become false and we will simply come out of the value. So this is how. And moreover, let me write this way. This time we will try to first put the title, right? And I am removing this demo from here. Okay. So this time, if I try to run that, see, it will print out all the title, right? So you will see that it will automatically open the window, right? See here, it first move to last one, after parent, then second one, second last, third last, and then fourth last after that. After that, it will move to second time. After that, so this way, and after that, it will stop, and you will see in your Eclipse console. So this is the parent one. After that, it is started from the end. This is the parent one. After that, it is started from the end, and it will print all the. So this is how you can deal with the even if you have the hundred of links present, right? You can use the same concept to print all the titles. So is it clear to everyone? Yeah. Yeah, yeah. You have to provide the weight. Here it is not the case that we are not getting that case, but sometimes it may so happen that the page will load for more than 1 minute, or you can say 30 seconds. Then your script might fail. You can provide the weights here, right? I have not provided. I should have provided, but okay, you can do that. So whatever the doubts you have, is it clear now for everyone? How we can? I have also shown you in the debugging mode, so that you will not be confused. So is it clear? Then I will let me close this. Okay, so I will be providing one assignment like that. So, okay, so you can practice. As of now, let me clear this. Okay, so we will discuss one more concept. Okay, so which is this one. Okay, let me open this. So okay, so I will provide you one assignment so that you can work with multiple window on that as well. So let us discuss this one more important topic, which is assertions in Selenium, right? So keep in mind, assertions are provided by TestNG. Okay, so here I am not discussing TestNG, but when you discuss TestNG, so you will use these kind of things, right? So we are just discussing it before we discuss TestNG, so that you will not face any issue, right? When we discuss TestNG framework. Okay, so read the definition. It is very simple. Yeah, actually, it was you can say like that. Wait, wait. You can say like that. If I like it, I think alert is not you can say driver not switch to data alert, right? This is the one. Yeah, but we have not. Yeah, you can say like inside that switch to method, there can be many method. Like you can say there are so many method. Like there is window method as well, and that there is alert method as well. So we are not discussing alert pop-ups as of now, right? That will be a separate section. Okay. Yeah, 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 it is still available. Okay. Okay. So, okay, let me close this and this as well. Okay, so what I was saying, let us discuss what are assertions in Selenium. So, if I talk about the definition part, you can see assertions are just the validation, or you can say the checkpoint, right? Assertion will simply help to verify your test case, whether your test case is correct, or you can say in the more simpler definition, whether your test case is passed or test case is failed. So this assertion will help us to tell us. Okay. So before working with the assertion, you have to go to this link. This is the link I will provide. Okay, so let me paste that link in the. Okay, so I will suggest you to copy this link. Copy this link. Okay. So after that, you will open the link. See. Okay, let me write. Let me open separate browser. So if I open this link, there will be one file present, which is this one. Go click on download. So once it will take a while. So let us wait. So I think it is still not waiting for the download. It is not downloaded completely. So it has downloaded, and if I click show in folder, so I will reach the destination where this is installed. So this is the one. Okay, right click and inspect. Sorry, not inspect. Right click and extract because it is a zip file. So click on extract. You will see some jar files present here, right? So you can see these are the jar file, right? So to work with the assertion, you have to give your Eclipse the knowledge of these files. Copy the path. Okay, just like we have given Eclipse the knowledge of Selenium, how we have given. So just like that, we come here. Let me close this. This is our project. Right click on the project, click on property, and after that come to this Java build path. Okay, here where you have to do the same step just like you have done for the Selenium in the starting for the setup. Click on class path, add external jar, paste the path here. Okay, hit enter. Just copy all these. Sorry, just select all these and click on this open button, right? Here I am not going to click on open button because I am already having it here, right? But when you will do for the first time, click it here, click this, provide the path and then select all, click on open. Okay, so that will, so all the files will come here. After that, click on apply and click on apply and close. This is the basic first thing you have to do when you have to work with assertion. Okay, so before deleting this code, I will not delete this code. Okay, let me share this code with you. Then I'm pasting it here. Okay, so okay, so I've pasted the code. So as of now, I do not require this. Let me remove it from here to here. Okay, so after that, suppose let me open Amazon. After that, let me open Amazon website here. And what I have to do, I have to get the text. This is the text I have to get. Okay, so how we have to get? It is very easy. Just write the XPath. So how we can write the XPath? So first I will come here. First I will write the XPath here. Okay, how I can write? Div id equals to this one. Double slash. I am writing in this box. Okay, double slash div at the rate id equals to this one, right? So this is the one. After I write the XPath, but if I write the XPath like this, I will be selecting this entire. You can say what is the elements are highlighting, right? So where is our actual text? Here is our actual text, right? Mobiles. Here we have to come. So how we can come? I can again use the absolute XPath concept. So as you can see, all these are the child. These all these are the child of this one. Because if I close this, they are not showing on the website. So due to this is a reason I can say this is the parent and all these are the child. So this is a child, this is a child. So how I can come? After that I have to come to this. If I come like this and try to check whether my XPath is correct, you will see it is highlighting 13 element. Why it is highlighting? Because all the childs will have the tag name as A. But we can do one thing because we are interested only in this first one, which is mobile. So I can provide inside array bracket A01. So that will just highlight this one, okay? And you can see one element matching, which means our XPath is correct. So copy this and just come here. When our website will load, after that I'm saying driver dot find the element mobile, okay, with the help of XPath. And after you find the element, get me the text of that element with the help of this method. So let me catch that string text from website I will enter. Okay, let me provide equal to operator here. Okay, so this is the text, and suppose we are just providing one more tag string text developer provide. Suppose the developer has provided the text like mobiles. Same. You can see same text which we are getting, right? So to validate your test case, you can provide one if condition. How you can provide, like if this text dot equals to this text. Okay. So why we are writing the if condition C here? If I write system.out.println test, you can say website is correct. Website displaying correct mobile. Okay, so this way, or if suppose you are getting the different text, then you can say in the else part. Let me copy this. Website is not displaying. Okay, not displaying correct mobile name, right? So why we are doing like this? Suppose you are the developer of the website, Amazon website, and you have provided one name like that, right? So after that, a few days after, some code changes you have done on your website. So you have to check every time, right, whether your website is displaying the correct mobile's name or not. So you have written one code for that. So every time what will happen, I will say what this is the text I provided, and after the code will change, I will fetch the text from the website every time and compare the text to the text I provided. If the text is same, I will say that website is displaying the correct mobile name. Otherwise, I will say website is not displaying correct mobile name. So if I run this, so what will happen? See, if I run this, it will going to display this one because the text are same. So this is how you can validate your test case, right, with the help of if else condition. But here you will see, let me, okay, so I think it has finished execution. Okay, fine. You can say website is displaying correct mobile name, right? So you can see on your console, then you can say, okay, my website is displaying the correct name. But see here, our test case is not filled. Even our script should fail, right? If there is some issue in our script, then it should fail. So this is not a good way of checking whether your test cases are passed or not, right? There should be some other criteria, and that criteria is we should use assertion. So after we should use assertion, not if else. So how we can use? So I have already provided the jar file which we have downloaded to the Eclipse. After that, if you write like that, there is a class dot assert. So this is the method. So inside that you can see it is saying you can either provide true or false. If I provide true, suppose false first time, and if I provide true inside that, so what will happen? If you find this method and inside that true is there, then what will happen? It will not throw any exception. Okay, and your test case will pass. Right, will. But if I consider this below one, below this method, it will throw the exception this time. It will throw the exception and your test case will fail. Because the functionality of this method is defined in such a way that this true method is expecting true inside. Then only it will say, okay, your test case is passed and I will not throw any exception. But if it found false inside, then it will throw the exception and your test case will fail. So here you are seeing that I am providing the true from my side, but at runtime it will not be like that. So as of now, let me comment this. So earlier we have validated our test case with the help of if else condition, right? So this is the checkpoint I provided. Inside that, what I will write, I will compare it. I will compare both the text dot equals dot equals this one, which is which is the one we are getting from the website. So if I try to run this, so we have provided one checkpoint. So as of now, what you will see, this text is equal to the mobiles. So condition will become true inside of that. Condition will become true. Condition will become true. So this condition will not fail. So which means that your test case is passed. So if I try to run this, we can see this it will not throw any exception. And before that, let me write one more thing here. So after that, this is very important. See if I write like that. System.out.println. I have written very important code for here. Okay. So if I try to run this, okay, let me run it again. Again, website open. It will fetch the mobile's text once the website is loaded. I think it is finished execution. So you can see your test case is passed, which is not an issue because you can see this is going to be equal to this, which is correct. And this is the most important one. Okay, so understand here, if our test case is passing, then it is able to execute this code as well, and this code is very important to us. So here I have not written any code. Assume as of now I have written some lines of code here, and this is very important, which is executed whenever test cases will fail. But suppose I will say what what is the text developer has provided, mobiles Samsung, suppose like that. Developer is saying that I have provided the text like that. Developer has provided, right? But after the code, some code changes. Your you can say text will become like this, only like this. Assume as of now, right? So what will happen? Condition will become fail provided. Condition will become false because this text is not equal to this one. So condition will become false. What will happen? I have told you that if inside of this method false will come, it will throw the exception and your test case will fail. So see how it will work. If I right click this time condition will become false. Again it is open and so this time see your test case is failed. And at which line it failed? See here the last line. Okay. Child window. What is this child window? This is our class name. This is our class name. If I expand this, I think it is here. Okay, so this is our class name which we are working on. And it is saying at line number 36. Okay, so what is this line number? This is the line number. This is the line number 36. So here it code failed. So we can say our test case is failed. Okay, so I can assume a conclusion that okay these two texts are not matched, due to which our test case is failed. And here, okay, so this is how it works. And here if you see one more important point, this is our very important code. This time we are getting an exception here due to this line, but our very important code, which is this one, has not executed at all. Okay, which is also a major issue to us. Okay, so again there is one more method. Okay, let me again tell you there is one more method, which is, let me comment this as of now. If I write assert, not assert, so this is the method which is the reverse of previous one, you can say. Okay, so this method will have false here. It is expecting false inside. If it gets the false inside, it will not throw any exception. That is fine. But if it will find any exception, sorry, not exception, if this same method will find true inside, true inside, then it will throw an exception because it expects false inside of the argument. It will throw. Okay, so likewise, just we have done previously for the as a true method, right? We have done like that. Okay, so here as of now, let me tell you I am not going to write any more, right? Like this, you can do that. Okay, when you practice. So as of now, let's suppose false will come here, right? So if false will come here, let me command this. Okay, let me first start with the true. Okay, so what suppose true will come here, right? At runtime, you have provided something like this. Okay, comparison. After that, true will come here. So this time, if I try to run that, okay, let me write false here first, then because it will pass. Okay, so if it get false, it will not throw any exception because false, it is expecting false inside the argument. So if I run this, it is again open and okay. So you can see test case is fast and this is our very important code. It has also executed, which is fine. But suppose in case of test case will fail, if I come, suppose at runtime true will come here after comparison of the different text or whatever the conditions you have to provide, you can provide. So if true will come here, this time condition will fail and then you will get an exception at line number 40. So this is our line number 40, you will get one exception here because the condition will be false. So it is again open and see, let us wait for this to load. Again it is open the website and this time you will see your test case will fail. This time you can see again it thrown one exception. You can see where is the exception from child window. This is our class name at line number 40. So I can assume that okay there is some issue in this line. Okay, so this is the reason my test case is failed. So this is how this method works. And there is one more method as well. But here as you see also this is our very important code. Again if I got the exception at this point at this one then this line is not executed at all. But I want that even if my test case fails at least our rest of the code should execute, right? I won't like that. I don't want that if you get exception at the line number 1, then rest of the 100 lines will not execute. Okay, so this is one disadvantage of that. And okay, there is one more method as well, which is this one. Let me comment this. If I write assert dot equals. So what this expects, it is expected two things. First, it will suppose if I copy this, paste the string variable here. So whatever the value that variable will have, it will compare. So if I count this, so you have to insert that method. It will check whether these two strings are same or not. So here they are the variable. So first variable, what is the string present at the first variable? This is the string. Okay. Suppose let me first write it that way. And suppose mobiles is here. Suppose so if mobiles will be here, and you will going to get mobiles from this as well, right? Because we have mobiles text here. Okay. If both will be same, then it will not throw the exception. It will pass the test case because you can see straightforward, right? These two, as it is, you are getting it from the method name as well. It is just checking whether both the two strings are equal or not. But what happen if you can say, if your text are not matching, then it will throw the exception, right? It will throw the exception. Throw the exception, you can see. So let me try to run it first. So if I try to run it again, it is open and it is open Amazon website. It is stopped execution, I think. Yeah. Okay, let us wait. Keep wait. After that, it will fail. So you can see. Okay, so see this child window. Classes. This is our class name at line number 42. This is our line number 42. Okay, so it has failed here. So you have to read the error as well. See what it is saying. After the I am failed because I am unable to compare. What is the failure? I am expected mobiles. So it is expecting this, but I found this. You can see because you are getting mobiles from here. What I am saying that you have provided this text, which is this one. So it is saying I am expecting this text mobiles hyphen Samsung at the right side. But here I was getting mobiles. Why you are getting the mobile? Because you are fetching that from here. So it has also told you in the what is the error you are getting in a more clear way. But here the same issue will there. Again, suppose you have 100 lines of very important code here, but you will get one exception at the beginning only. So this is the reason our test is not failed, and you are not able to execute the rest of the code. Okay, so this is the problem you have seen in assertion. So whatever the three methods which we have discussed. So whatever the three methods which we have discussed, you can see here. I think. Okay, so these are the three methods which we have discussed as of now. Okay, I can share that. Okay, later after the class. So these kind of assertion are called hard assertion. Why hard assertion? You can see the definition here. If you use hard assertion, then if you throw the exception at some point in the code, then after that your rest of the code, or you can say the important code, not execute at all, right? Just we have seen here practically, our rest of this code is not executed every time we get the exception. So these kind of assertions, or you can say these kind of assertions are called hard assertion, right? So to deal with the disadvantage of the hard assertion, there is one more type of the assertion you can say, which is called soft assertion, right? We also call them as verify method. Okay, there is one more name for that, which is verify method. So see the definition. If I tell you, if you use this, then even after the condition will fail, condition will not match, your test case will not fail, and the rest of the code, or you can say the important code, will execute. So here also, if you see the methods have the same name. The methods which we have discussed in the hard assertion are exactly the same. They have the exactly same name. Here you can see this is the second one, and this is the third one. But here you have to call them with the help of one object. Okay. So there is one class in Java, sorry, not Java, in Selenium, which is soft assert. If you have to work with soft assertion, then you have to this class. Okay. So how we can use here? Suppose I am now working on the, you can say soft assertion. Let me remove this. Remove this. So if I have to work with soft assertion. Okay, so first of all, I will create the object of the class, which is this one. Okay, so this is the object I have created. Okay, right here, right? So I think I am already having the required package. If I let me show you. When when you will going to do this for the first time, you will get one error. Place your mouse and import the package. This is the one, right? Then the error will be gone. So after that, so I will let me discuss the first method again, which is, so this is our object SA. With the help of that object, you can use the method. Okay, let me write it again. Okay, okay. So this is the first one, right? Which we have discussed for the hard assertion. You can also provide false or true here. So if you provide true here, right, it is not going to fail your test case, right? Which is straightforward, clear to you, I think, to everyone, because it is expected to inside, so it will not going to fail the test case. Issue will be when false will come here, but here it is the case of assertion. So whatever exception, so it will get the exception. You will see that your script will not fail even after the exception will be there. It will, in case of soft assertion, so whatever the exception it will throw will be stored by SA object. So whatever object name is SA object for future use. So what is this future use? We will come to this point in a short while. SA object for future use. So here also, what I will say, just write comparison, right? I am just rightly writing as of now. You can write dot equals method to compare these two strings, right? So suppose we are getting false. I am not checking for the true condition because it will not going to fail at all because it is expecting true inside only, right? But issue is when we have false inside. So after that, suppose I am writing very important code again. Very important code again. So let me write like that. I have written important code. Okay, yeah. So this time you may think that this should fail because we are getting false inside. Let me put debugger here and let me run that in the debugging code. So see what will happen. Let me close the remaining browser. Okay. So new browser is open. Okay, after that our code will stop here at 40 line. Our code will stop. So here you might think that in case of hard assertion it will fail, no doubt. But it is a case of soft assertion and we are calling the this method with the help of object. Okay, so it will provide the exception, but that exception will be cached by this object. Okay, so if I click this, it has thrown the exception, but it has not failed your script, right? After that you can comfortably execute your very important code as well. So this is the advantage we can get with the help of soft assertion, right? Likewise, there was one more method which is this one. If I write like this, essay dot, you can say assert, I think false. Okay, which is the opposite. So if I get false here, it will not going to throw the exception because it is expecting false outside and inside. But if I put true here, right, it will throw the exception. It will throw the exception, but not failure script. Okay, exception, but not fail script. And whatever exception will be saved, you can say in SA object. So see here again, if I try to run this in the debugging mode, it is open this and again our code will stop here. Condition should fall here, but it is a case of soft assertion. So again, it will not fail. Whatever the exception it has thrown is cached by this object. That's it. Again, it should throw the exception, but it is a case of soft assertion, so it will not throw any exception. And whatever the exception it has thrown will be cached by this object for future use. So what is this future use? We will be going to discuss in a short while. After this, again, you can say this time as well. So we are getting the exceptions. Script is not failed and it has just executed our important code. Okay, so which is very beneficial for us. So likewise, there is also one more method which is if I write object dot assert equals, I think it is the one, and on the left side suppose you have one string. Okay, and even if that mobile. So if you will have the similar one, then exception will not going to occur. But if you have the different one, okay, then the different string, then exception again soft assertion case. So exception will be saved in SA object for future use. For future use. So again, let me try to run this, whether we are able to easily execute it or not. Let me debug this. Okay, so browser is closed. Again, it has opened the website, and again we will stop at line number 40. Okay, so after that, it will not fail. It will not fail. Again here, whatever the exception, it will throw. SA will catch that. Object will catch that. Again, after that, what will happen? Again, we are able to execute our imported line of code. So this is the benefit which we get from the soft assertion, right? Even after the error is coming at that point, we are not throwing the error here. This object will catch the error, right? So one more point you might have think that if it is not throwing the error, right? Our test case, how we will know that whether our test case is passed or not? Because in case of the hard assertion, it is directly filling the script, and we can know that okay, our test case is failed. But here, even if your exception comes or not, at both the time, I am not able to see how whether our test case is passed or not. So there is one method you can use after, suppose you have written very important code from here to here. After that, there is one method which is essay dot result dot. So what this method will do? This method, so you got one exception here, one here, and one here. So this method at the end will throw all the three exception, okay, and will fail your test case if it is failing, right? So if I try to run that again, see, this time I will run mode. So if I run this, it is again open and let us wait for the few seconds again. Okay, I think it is this time you can see it has failed. You can see test case is failed because exception is thrown. So let us first understand what is the exception, right? So if you come here, first time you were getting exception here, right? Because it was expecting true. It is, see, it has also written that expected true but found false. Again, if we come to this second one, it has expected false inside, but it found true. That's why it failed. If I come to this third one, expected Samsung but found mobile. It is saying I am expecting uh, Samsung here but found mobile. So this is the reason I am failing. But the test case is failed. That is the one thing. But the benefit here you got, you are able to execute your very important code even after your test case is failed. Okay, you can see this line here. So whatever the rest of the code you want to execute will execute whether, okay, so this is the basic difference between the hard and the soft one, and you can see the benefit which we get from the soft assertion. So is it clear to everyone? I have also provided the here till with. Okay, so is it clear to everyone? Yes, exception. Yeah, yeah. After that, because I have written that whatever the exception they will throw, it will be stored here in that object. And after that, with the help of this method, whatever the exception you will have, that will throw at the end. So this way you can execute your important code as well. Means I do not get a issue. Means yeah, here you can see the multiple exceptions are there. Okay. Yeah, this one. Yeah. Are you clear with this? So after, so it will go step by step. First, it will run this, then this, and at the end this one. Okay. You are saying that if I write like that. Okay. Okay. Here. Okay. Okay. Let me do one thing. Let me debug that. Then it will be more clear. No, it will not run after that. You can see. Which one? Okay. Okay. Correctly. Okay, I think I have to. Yeah. Yeah. Let me debug again. It has opened the website again and we will again stop at line number 40. So exception will be thrown, but not here. Again the same thing, right? After that, your cursor will come here. So in your console, you will see this one. So you can see that this is first executed. Okay. After that, when it is throwing the exception, you are getting the output like that. Okay. If I press resume, okay, resume means I will executing my code to the last. So click on resume. Okay. So it is just we see here. After first this one is executed. After you are getting this one. So is it clear now? Okay. So I hope everyone is clear with it. So let us first discuss one more concept. Okay, so let me close this. Close this one first. Then let us discuss one more small concept, which is iframe. So okay, let us come to one website. Suppose first let what I have to do. I have to open this website. Okay. So if I open this, so let me first what I will do. Continue with this code. Okay. First, what I have to do, I have to open the one website. So this is the website URL. Copy this and paste it here. Okay. After that, what I have to do, I have to get the text. I have to get the text, drag me to my target and my console output. So this is very simple, right? Again, we are going to do the, I can write either XPath or CSS for the same. So let me first highlight that. So I will write one XPath, okay? You can write XPath or you can use any locator. I am using XPath. Copy this and how I will write. So I am writing on the top double slash ID, sorry, double slash div tag name at the rate ID equals to, this is the, you can say, ID value. If I try to check it, okay, you will see I have hit enter. It is saying one element matching. It is highlighting the entire box. But I have to get here, right, because I have to grab the text. So that text is present at the you can say tag name P. So I have to first reach P. How I can reach? Just simply type slash P. Okay, it is the absolute expert concept. Okay, so just write slash P, hit enter. You can see one element matching, and it is also highlighting my entire text, which is fine. So our XPath is correct. Copy the XPath and then just come here. So I have to get the text. So what I will write driver dot find element. How to find with the help of XPath. So what is the XPath value? This is the XPath we have found. And after finding the XPath, I am saying get me the text of the element. This is the text. Once we get the text, let me store the text in a temporary variable, on a variable which is of type string, and I am trying to put the variable in my console output. So if I try to click and run it, see what will happen. It has opened the website and it will try to get the text. Okay, I think it has finished execution. You can see that your code is failed. So let us understand why it has failed. If I come here, you can see it is saying no such element, unable to locate the element. And if I see the XPath, it is saying this element is not present, right? But I have shown you in the Cropa that our XPath is correct, okay, which is fine. But why we are getting this error that that the Selenium is unable to identify, or you can say locate the element, is because if I try to come here and come here, if I try to inspect it and okay, if I try to come here, suppose if I come, so you can see this entire box. It is a kind of iframe. So what is this iframe is sometimes what might happen. Developer wants that whatever the code I will write, suppose whatever the element, or you can say whatever the element I want to display on the website should come from the another website. Okay, so this is the reason that they are using iframe here, right? So developer has written that this entire box, this is the iframe, and I think it is here. So whatever the two boxes you are seeing might be, they might be coming from the another website. So here they have used the concept of iframe. So Selenium by default do not have the ability, or you can say the power to work on the Selenium, sorry, to work on the iframe. So if you have to tell your Selenium, so that if you have to tell the Selenium that you have to select the element inside the iframe, then first you have to switch your driver object to the iframe. Okay, then after switching the driver to the iframe, you can do any operation here, right? Any operation here. So the in case of iframe, always remember, if you have to perform any operation inside this iframe, this is the iframe, then you have to first switch your driver object to this iframe, then you can work. So this is the reason we are getting the error. And if I have to switch to the iframe, then how can we switch? There is one simple statement. If I write after that, okay, let me comment this as of now. Comment that. Okay. If I write driver, okay, after I will open the website, I have to switch to the iframe. Switch to dot, you can say frame. Okay. So if I have to switch to the frame, inside that provide the XPath. You can provide the XPath. You can provide the CSS locator as well. Okay, any locator you want to use, just provide that. So how we can do again? That is very simple. How we have to find the CSS for that? Okay, you can find XPath as well. Here I am finding CSS. So if I highlight that, try to highlight that. So this is the one where my frame is present, right? It is highlighting the. You can, let me show you. It is highlighting the entire box. If I come here, I think this is the one, right? So this is highlighting my entire box. So I have to write one XPath for that. So how I can write the XPath? See, or you can say CSS. Okay, I will go with the CSS this time. So how to write CSS? Again, let me write it on the top. Tag name. So what is the tag name? This is our tag name. Tag name, iframe. Then I will write attribute. What is the attribute? So I'm considering this one. This is my attribute. Okay, I can use this one as well, but this is so lengthy, so I will go with this one. Class equals to, just provide this class name. This is one CSS for the same demo hyphen frame. Let me write it as whatever it could be. So demo. This is the CSS which I have FRA. Copy this and let us also check whether we have written the correct CSS. Okay, hit enter and you can see one element matching, and it is also highlighting the box, which means our XPath for the iframe is correct. Copy the XPath. Sorry, not XPath, it is CSS. So inside that you have to again use the same statement, which is the driver dot find element. How we have find this time with the help of CSS selector. So what is the value of the CSS selector? Which is this one. Okay, just provide semicolon at the end, and this is the only thing you have to do. So let me also write it here. This above line will switch your driver scope to iframe. Okay, then you can work on any object inside iframe. Okay, after that, when once you switch to your iframe, then if you write this line, okay, this time it will not show the error. Okay, and this time let me try to run that. Maybe I will get the error. You cannot be every time sure that your code will work fine, even if you have written it correctly. So let us wait for that to execute. It is open this, and again. Okay, so if I click this time you will see this text. Whatever the text present there is printed in your console because we have switched your driver to this iframe. So is it clear to everyone that you have to how we can switch to that iframe? Okay, thank you. So one more thing I have to discuss here. Suppose after working on the iframe, you have to click here, click on demo. Okay, but your driver is still looking all the elements inside this iframe, right? So you have to tell your driver object, hey, I want to click here, so come out of the iframe. Okay, then only it will be able to perform the operation on this demos but link, whatever the link or button you can say. So what I have to do after performing a operation on inside the iframe, I will come out. I will come out of iframe. So to come out of that, you will use driver dot switch to dot default content, right? So this is the one. If you write like this, what will happen? Your driver object not pointing to the you can say iframe anymore. Okay, so after that, if your driver will not switch, if your driver is not you can say coming to this is not, you can say, I think whatever you can say think of, right? This driver is not pointing to this, driver is pointing outside of this iframe, right? So whatever these elements you are seeing are outside the iframe, so you can comfortably perform those actions, right? So this way you can do that. So one more thing we will do here. Okay, so I think, okay, let me explain you one more thing. If I open this, suppose, okay, so here assume this is one iframe. Let me copy this. This is one iframe. This is one iframe. Okay, here on the website you are only having one, but here suppose there are three iframes on the website, and the index of first one is zero. This is zero. Second one is one. Third one is two. So inside that we have provided one argument here. I think here we are providing the web element, or you can say the XPath or CSS, whatever. But here if I provide the index value, okay, so here you can see on the website. First of all, let us understand how many frames which we are having, right? You cannot inspect every time, right? So what I'm saying, I have to find total iframes on web page. How we can find? There is a simple one which is driver dot find elements. Okay, because we have to find the multiple iframes by dot. There is one method which there is one locator which is tag name. Inside the tag name, so all the whatever the iframes will you have on the website, all will start from this tag name which is iframe. Copy this iframe, paste it here, okay, and then get the size. So this way you will be able to know how many iframes are present. Int count equals to this one, and just print the in that I can say total iframes. Ah, I think it should write. I think count. Okay. Okay. So if I try to run this, you will see the count on your console window, so that we will be able to know that first how many iframes are present. Then with the help of the index, we can give 0 1. So, so I think it has done execution. Let us wait for it to finish. so it has failed. I think I have done everything correct. What is the issue here? So it has printed this. Okay, total iframes are 1. I think I am not switching to this. Okay, it is the one. I think driver dot switch to 1. Okay, because I'm not switching to the iframe, I think I have commented that line. Okay, I have commented this line. Okay, this is the reason you are seeing the error. So anyways, first of all, we have to understand that total iframes are 1 with the help of this count 1. So after I know that, suppose if I am having 3, okay, let me first copy this, copy and come to paint. So if I paste it, okay. So what I'm trying to say, you have this line, right? You have this you can say method, and inside that, if you have a multiple frames, if you pass 0 here, suppose I am passing 0 here, okay, assume 0 is here. So what will happen? It will switch to the first frame, okay, with the help of this one. If I put 1 here instead of 0, if I put 1 here, so what will happen? It will switch to the second frame, and likewise if I put 2 here, you can switch to the third frame. But here, okay, so this is also one of the way to switch within the frame. But here you can see the total iframes are 1, which means we only have these two. No, sorry, not these two. We have only one. Okay. So what I'm trying to say here, we are only having this one frame. So instead of writing any number here, okay, let me first rub it. So if I remove all this stuff, okay, so this time inside the, I will just write 0 here, right? Inside the frame argument. So if I write 0 here, it will by default switch to this first one. Okay, so this is also one of the way, and let me show you this time. So let me copy this line again. Okay, instead of providing XPath inside the argument of frame method, we will just let me think after that issue. Provide. If I provide driver.system.frame, this time I will provide simply 0 here because I am having only one frame. So if I provide 0, this time you will see you will get the exactly same output. Okay, no difference in the execution of code. So this is also one of the way if you want to work with index in case of frame. So if I cut this, so it is taking a little bit time depending on the internet connection. Okay, I think it is done execution. Okay, I think it is, so you can see total iframes are 1, and again it has switched to the driver with the help of this line. Okay, here we are providing the 0 here, so it will switch to first frame, and after switching we are just grabbing the text present inside the iframe, and we are printing the text in our console window. So is it clear to everyone that this is also one of the method to work with iframe? Please confirm. Okay, so sorry. No, actually, no. If I click this, you see it has only provided 3 methods. Okay, so I have to tell you one method as well, which is, so we have completed this one web element where we have provided the XPath or CSS. Okay, after that we have used first one as well, integer of, you can say, 012. This is also one of the way. Here you have to provide the ID. What is the ID? See here. Here, if I come here, see just like this has class attribute. Okay, SRC attribute is there. Likewise, many times they have given some ID for the frames as well. Okay, you can assume ID as a as a name. Okay, so what I'm saying, they have given some ID as well. Here it is not the case. They have not given the ID, but if they have given the ID equals to something like iframe, then you can use this ID value here. Okay, so this is also one of the way. Here it is not the case. They are not given. Okay, so okay. So what we will do, I will just take your 10 minutes more. Okay, then we will wind up the session. So here you can see what they are trying to do here. If you consider this, right? Okay, so by default it was this one. What they are saying, drag me to my target. I will drag that something like this. So this I have done with the help of with manually, right? But how we can achieve the same with the help of, you can say, Selenium code. So see here, if you have to achieve drag and drop, you can say it is just like a drag and drop. Okay, so if you have to achieve a drag and drop concept in Selenium, there is one class we can use. Okay, so let me first okay, so let me comment this better. So what I am trying to say, okay, so from here, what I have to do, I have to perform some operation inside the iframe. So before doing operation, I have to mandatorily write this line, because I have to first switch to the frame. Then only I can do this drag and drop, right? So once I will switch to my driver, so there is one class in Selenium, right? So as of now, I am discussing this class, but there is one separate section for the same. Okay, so just understand as of now. So there is one, if I make the object of this class, okay, and this class, inside that class, you have to provide your driver object. So whatever the, so that your actions class object will have the knowledge of driver object, and it will perform all the necessary operation on the web page. So you have to pass like that. Okay, so again I am saying, I think when you will do it for the first time, you will see one error, but do not worry about the error, just click on import. Okay, so once import, error will be gone. Okay, so inside this class there is one method. How to access the method? With the help of object dot drag and drop. Okay, dot drag and drop. Okay, so it is expecting some source and target. So what is this? It is saying then you can provide either XPath, you can say CSS, or you can say any locator of the source element. So what is the source element here? This is my source, left one, right one is my destination. Okay, so here also on the right one it is asking this target XPath or CSS, or with the help of any other locator, whatever may be your choice. Okay, so what is my target one? This is yellow box is my targeted one. Okay, this is my source, or you can say this is my destination. So here I have to provide the XPath for both of them. So how I can write? Okay, let me do this web element. Okay, let me write driver dot find element with the help of XPath. I'm using XPath, or you can use CSS as well. It's up to you. I think. Okay. So if I have to write the XPath, see again. So this time I do not have to write the XPath for this text. I have to write the XPath for this entire small box. Okay. So it is going to be very simple. You can see double slash tag name attribute ID equals to value. What is this? Okay. It is saying one element missing. So this is the target. Sorry, this is the source one, right? Source. Left one is source, right one is destination. So if I write XPath here, okay, and there, so this is my source element, you can say. Okay, after that, let me come here again. I have to write the XPath for this yellow box, this one. Okay, so XPath is again going to be very simple. Just copy this double slash del at the rate id equals to, okay, so it is saying one element matching, which is this one, right one. So this is my destination, you can say, or you can see the target. Okay, driver dot find element y dot xpath again. This is the xpath. This is my target element. Okay, so you can do one thing. You can provide whole this line till here uh, to here. Okay, which is fine. Okay, but I will suggest you it will create a match, so better store that in one variable here. So I will write source. Okay, and I will again copy it. We'll say destination. Okay, you can say target. That's it, and just okay. So what is the issue? Okay, equal to operator is not present. Copy this element and paste it here. Okay, this is my source, and this is my. Okay, so keep one thing in mind. Whenever you are using any method, this is the method from this actions class. Okay, so you have to, after you're using the method, you have to provide two more operations, which is first is bit one. So what this method will do, it will compile your action, right? It will compile this action after build. Let me come with it. It is mandatory step, right? Otherwise your code will not work. After you will compile your action, you have to just um, place one more method after that, which is perform, which means perform all the actions which I have provided. So just click on hit on perform, and after that, if I try to run it, see what will happen. See, it will happen so fast. Okay, so try to see again. It has executed and site is still not loaded. You can see. Are you able to see that how fast it has done? That is just drag the left one to the right one. Is it clear to everyone? Okay. So again, I'm saying that when you will use this any method in the actions class, if I show you like this, or like this, there are so many actions, right? So many methods, sorry. So whatever the methods you will use from the actions class, you have to, you can say, you have to mandatorily provide these two methods after that. Otherwise, your code will not work. So okay, so this is how you can perform this kind of operations on this one. Okay, let me run this one more time. Maybe some people have not seen that because it has happened too fast. Again, I will run for the final time. So it has again started. You can see, okay, so it has again drag our source element to the target element. So this is how you can achieve drag and drop concept with the help of actions class in Selenium. So I hope it is clear to everyone, and let me share this code as well. Okay, from here to here. This is okay, so you can have it for your reference. Okay. Otherwise, I will be uploading the video. Okay, you can see it from there. So I hope that. So do you have any more doubt? Then we are because winding up the session. Okay. So thank you everyone for attending today's session. Okay. Thank you everyone.